Hi everyone, Bruce Swartz here. Someone said in the community, Bruce, you could have made a whole video with that green spot on the surface of the moon. Listen, this is around the craters. If they're living inside of the craters, if someone was there, or if there were holes that came out in the forests, you'd never know it. Vegetation, obviously. If not, what are the patches? They're blurry. Look at them very carefully. This is a very thick, dense patch of something that looks like vegetation on the surface, honestly. Even if it wasn't green, let's look at it in black and white. I've showed it before, or with a conversion. Watch this. You'll still see. I've shown this scattered over Bianchini crater. It's everywhere. Everywhere on the moon. Every single area. There, I mean, whether it's snow, whether it's vegetation, whether it's frozen ice, it has to be something. And it's something that NASA has never mentioned. Take a look at this in black and white. So it is a crater. I'm very close up before the pixelation point, and you see dark patches. They're green before I put it in black and white. The rim, the bright rim around the crater, the vegetation or these patches go up all the way to the edge of the crater. Please remember that I just told you they're all over the moon. Right. Remember this UFO really close to my house? This is a UFO encounter, my friends. The first one, not in the house anyways, because I've had them in the house. It's orbs in the house and, as big as basketballs that I've experienced seeing with the naked eye. How can I explain this to somebody? I can't, and I'm not going to. Sound nuts. That you've heard the most that I've ever said is that the orb, but all of you, and I know many of you have the same Bushnell as me. You'll never ever be able to get any star or satellite or UFO like this. This is an emanating UFO vehicle. Anomalous vehicle. It's not a manipulation with the focus of my camera, I assure you. And I'm telling you, none of you will ever, with your infrared cameras, be able to get a star looking like that. Even the moon that has the lights around it that looks like a flower, it is not the same as this. It's important that you understand that. I'm telling you, you'll never be able to manipulate the infrared camera. Try it, trolls, to prove that I manipulated the camera to make the flower. Look at the small objects. Those are satellites. They rise up after 3 days. They disappear. UFOs are definitely in the sky. Remember I showed you this yesterday? I'm getting demand for more again. Copernicus on the left. Look at the line on the right. It goes to that blue spot where there's water on the surface. It looks like a filtration center right in the center that I've showed you in the past. Let's go see it in a converted way. So when you're looking at the moon, often you see a flat surface. And libration, the Terminator line, comes into consideration. But yeah, a blue spot at the end there that NASA even talks about, says is frozen water actually. I think, if I'm not mistaken, or it's a pool of water that's not frozen, maybe. I know it's mentioned. A couple of you wanted me to show it. I knew I had the footage. And here, with the conversion, you could see just literally, again, quite literally, the layering that's on the surface, without, you get a good idea of what the surface looks like, literally. That's what I'm trying to say. Look at the oxygen, possibly blue line around the moon. There is oxygen in the moon's atmosphere. Okay, NASA even said that. Nobody knows the level. Okay, they say it's less, but who knows? But in reality, zooming up, the square that's there inside Mare Serenitatis, there's a whole bunch of areas of proof that tell us there was a manipulation on the surface, or an area where it should be interesting to many archaeologists, scientists, obviously. It's a real big cover-up and scam. That's what I really know and think, I mean, there's no two ways about it. See those patches that I showed you at the beginning that were green? Well, look at these. It's still an inversion. We're not talking color, but there's still patches. Do you see what I mean? There. Everywhere you see that green or darker green, because it's converted again, it is sprawled out over all the structures. Hey, I was anxious to show you all this. It's a cool way of seeing a UFO on the surface. This is one of the closest shots I was ever able to get. Look at it. We're going to look at it in slow motion. We're going to look at the frames side by side. Each frame has an image. You see how the light goes down and it leaves a black spot? No, it's not an explosion either. It's something that illuminates on the surface but is linked to the ground. So this is in the air, and towards the left it goes downwards in a red line of fire or smoke to the ground. And at the same time, simultaneously, as this is lighting up or dimming down, I see another light on the surface, like it was coming from the surface. So that's pretty interesting. These are the 3 frames that I was able to get when you see it ignite. That's how fast it was. There was 3 frames. You see it very bright, then less bright, and then almost completely out over to in the right frame. Let's go over and look at the surface of the moon real quickly. These are the lunar waves. One of 3 incidents that I got. Crow 777 got the best video because it was a very strong, dense line. But this, nobody's talking about it. How many other people are capturing lunar waves? I did, and this is the 3rd time, and you can see 2 of them. One stronger, more dense, and the second one comes along afterwards. So I'll go forward and backwards here just so that you can get a glimpse of it. In other words, don't try to look for the line. Just look at one area, and you'll see the line go by in your line of view. There's 2 of them. I can see both of them, of course, after studying it. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Bouncing all over the place here, back at home with the infrared. The moon's over top, and you can see just the corner of it. And this is what I always do, to be able to see objects going to or from the moon. Sometimes I'll set up on each side, and not that rare of an occasion that you can see some of the lights. And I'm telling you, when you analyze these lights, when you study them and the characteristics of them, you will see them do something very spontaneous. Here's one approaching towards the moon. Obviously, that star that you see there on top is just below the moon, and this light again roaming around the moon. So we're bouncing back and forth. Let's go see another infrared capture outside of my house here. Here's a very interesting moment for those of you who followed me since the beginning will remember. At one point, I filmed 6 or 7 lights in the sky that were flickering. This one here is going by that you see. It's very square-ish, okay? And the other ones are flickering around it. And this occurred for only about 20 to 15 to 20 seconds. And as I was filming it, I took some stills, and we will look at them, and you see that these flashes, these objects are tic-tac shaped. We're not going to hide that. I got a lot of captures where they are tic-tac. Now, this is not tic-tac, right? It looks very square, right? Well, that is not on the moon because, by the way, you know the squares that I showed you on the moon. It's the same thing. This is an infrared. Now, look at that. Rectangle-like, elongated lights. Now, I've seen this hundreds of times and filmed it hundreds of times. They were even, looked like they were turning or what not, but they are tic-tac shapes. So lots of instances where here in Montreal, I mean, some of you would never believe it. When I say there's a lot of activity, there's a lot. Look at a UFO here going so close to a plane or going in the line of view with the plane as they are crossing paths. Let's see that a lot closer. I really like this one because, again, those of you who remember I posted the video, it shoots at the plane. You'll see it. There's a light that shoots out at it. And it's really weird. We'll see it a bit closer. Now, again, if you're looking at this on the phone, you probably won't see the little flash of light. Get a simple magnifying lens and watch what happens when, right now, when the UFO there goes by the plane, it flashes. Right, let's go see a magical moment.
Take off, my friend. Press us. Picking up speed. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Awesome. Take off, my friend. Press us. Picking up speed. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Awesome. Take off, my friend. Press us. Picking up speed. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Awesome. Take off, my friend. Press us. Picking up speed. Thanks a lot. See you soon.
So that was just something really amazing. Not many people get the chance to experience it or film it and just ask a light to fly away further away. We don't see people filming lights fly away. We see them going by. And that light literally left. Here's two of them. One appears in front of another one suddenly, and it's smaller or further. But all this phenomena is occurring in the sky. So the satellites are there. Ratcliffe said that, head of national security. Look at that. Two flashes beside a moving UFO. So there's a lot of energy fields around these objects. So that's what they're looking at. Maybe, hopefully, they'll disclose it. The world is falling apart, but maybe for a good reason.
Party all night long. Aliens on the moon, they must be mining. They're up there sitting down in that pontoon. They drop everybody up in their belly party. They coming here so soon. Yeah, aliens are up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming